fabric of being an old game, I guess. Just the engine technology they used back then. Because everything was, unless you had like a CD version, everything's like condensed onto like a floppy disk and stuff. So it's like, it was hard for them to really do a lot with it. And thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Talk to this guy.
Hi, my name's George Stobbart.
Really? If you wish to make an appointment, see the receptionist.
What? Who's this guy?
Do you recognize this red nose,
Here we go.
sir?
No, I do not. This is a hospital, not a circus ring. We minister to the sick in body, not the sick in mind.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, sir, I do not.
Does the name Thomas Merlin mean anything to you?
No, it does not.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamat?
No, sir, I have not.
Does this white powder mean anything to you?
No, sir, I do not pretend to know the pharmacist's job.
The one thing I really enjoy about this game is you can literally take all the items in your inventory and ask them, like, here you go, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? What do you think of that? And they all have some weird they all have different responses for everything.
What do you
It's
make
kind
of
of
this
clever,
tissue,
really.
sir?
Interessant. I thought I knew the ins and outs of the human body, but this has me beat. If I were you, I'd have the sample analyzed.
Shake Sam.
May I have the honor of shaking you by the hand?
You may not. I don't encourage physical contact between my staff.
No, not your staff. Here, somebody show him my tool.
Does this tool mean anything to you?
Sacre bleu! That's exactly what I needed in my last operation.
It is?
I had to improvise with a knitting needle and a couple of cords. If only you'd been on hand at the time.
What?
My patient would have given his right arm for it.
You don't have to get that guy to do any surgery on me. This is, I don't know if you're familiar with this game. That's, the tool is, it's basically a wrench you use to open up manholes. But, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but, because you can show it to people in the game, everyone has, like, quirky little things or responses to certain items. So there was this one guy, we showed him, like, hey, did I show you my tool? And the guy, just had some real funny response to it, saying something like, yeah, that kind of looks like mine, but it's a little bit smaller. So I'm kind of curious, like, what everybody always has to say about the tool. But that's why I show everybody all the items. I just think it's funny you can do that. Alright, this
Thanks
guy's...
for your help.
I figured it. Like, why is this guy coming out? I thought he was like a doctor or something. We'll find a guy that's making it sound and kill him. No kidding. Alright, let's go down here.
As I turned the corner,
There he is.
I saw the source of the hellish noise which echoed through the corridors. It was an industrial polishing machine with an odd-looking guy in tow.
Pull the plug.
Hello.
What's that?
I said hello.
Oh,
Turn your
fine.
shit off.
I'd like to talk to you for a minute.
That's what I thought you said. Don't look so down in the mouth. No matter how bad things seem, I never let life get on top of me.
Oh, yeah? What's your secret?
Why, it's easy. All you have to do is smile and whistle this little tune.
You know what? If you start whistling, I'll bust you in the teeth.
It's a deal.
Well, busting him in the teeth anyway. You turn that thing off, please. I'm trying to talk to you.
Do you know a nurse called Grendel?
Sure I do.
Is she on duty today?
Yeah, end of the corridor, ward J2.
In the what corridor? I guess over here.
Have you seen any unsavory characters lurking about in the quarters?
No, sir, I haven't. But I've got nothing to worry about. What's that, Mr. Shiny? You'd take good care of the rascals, I'll bet you would. With a friend like him, I've no fear of oppressors.
It must be a great comfort.
He is.
Would Mr. Shiny be your polishing machine by any chance?
Please, don't call him that. He's more of a friend than a machine. I've had Mr. Shiny for 3 years, and he's never let me down once.
Reminds me of the movie UHF, the guy with the mop. Familiar with that movie? How's the character's name?
How come you got so attached to a polishing machine?
Just can't
I
think of the name
asked
for
you
some
not
reason.
to call him that. He's got a name, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Shiny. It's just that...
You think it's odd, don't you?
No,
Turn it
I
the
don't
fuck off.
mind. The rest of the staff think I'm twisted. I heard them snorking behind my back when I gave Mr. Shiny his weekly pull through.
Whatever you've got with this metal mop foot is probably a fine and noble thing.
It is. Say, it's not every day I meet someone as crazy as me.
Do you know where I'd find a patient called Marquet?
No, I'm not allowed on the ward with Mr. Shiny.
Alright, here we go.
Take a look at this red nose.
Are you a policeman?
No, this is a clown's nose, not a policeman's. Do you
Oh,
recognize
that's what he
the man
meant.
in this photograph?
Who is it?
That's what I'm asking you. Have you seen him before?
How should I know? You haven't told me who he is.
Take a look at the photo.
Yeah, okay.
Now, have you seen him before?
No.
Okay, thanks.
Do you recognize this pass?
No, I don't. Should I?
No, but I wondered if you'd seen a stranger flashing it about.
No, sir. But if I had, Mr. Shiny would take care of him.
Do you recognize this matchbook?
You should never, ever play with matches.
I know that, but
People get hurt when they do.
sure,
They end up in hospital, like the burger lady. She was so burned up, they didn't know whether to use bandages or onions.
do you recognize this
Okay.
powder?
Is that dandruff?
No way.
It sure looks like dandruff.
It's plaster.
Ugh.
Ew.
What does this tissue suggest to you?
You have a cold. What you need is vitamin C and a side order of machine oil.
Would you like to shake my hand?
Not until I'm washed, if you don't mind, sir. You can pick up all kinds of things in a hospital.
Like nurses, right?
No, sir. Bugs and germs and fungal infections.
Would this tool be any use to you?
No, sir. Mr. Shiny has no user serviceable parts. Whatever that means.
Okay.
See you later.
Yeah, take care now.
Alright, end of the hallway. We came from this direction. What did the lady at the desk say to go? I don't know, let's go down here. Fuck it. Oh, wait, hold on.
Maybe the face of the unaccountably happy domestic had made me unduly suspicious. I mean, I knew it was only my imagination, but the water tasted, well, peculiar.
Probably
There
toilet
was no
water.
way I could improve on the sculpture with the janitor watching me.
No way, what?
There was no way I could improve on the sculpture with the janitor watching me.
Prove on the sculpture?
I wasn't in the mood for shining floors.
So if you turn it off.
Hey now, you can't go in there.
How come?
I'm responsible for the contents of that cupboard.
Alright, let's go this way. Oh, wait, hold on. Plug. Get it. Turn the fucking thing off.
As I
Thank
tugged
you,
the plug out
God.
of the socket, the polishing machine coughed, spluttered, and died.
Mr. Shiny, what's wrong, pal?
Oh no, is it go plug it back in? No. I can't move, it's a cutscene. God dang it. Oh. Can I do anything with it?
I wasn't in the mood. There was no way I could improve on the...
Alright. I don't know what that means yet. We'll probably have to come back and do something here. At least the noise isn't going on. Maybe we glitched it out. Which would be good. Well, oh. Oh, that was wishful thinking, I guess. Alright, let's go this way. A few minutes later. Wait, what? Okay, I'm confused now. So the two main hallways just loop back. This comes out this end. I know there's a... It must be this door. Is that a door here? Oh, okay. Oh,
Oui,
at least-
monsieur.
At least
Is
we don't
this
have the
Ward
noise.
J2?
It is, but you're not supposed to be here. We have strict rules about visiting hours.
Can't you make an exception? I've come all the way from California.
You must speak to the doctor.
I can't wait that long. What if he snuffs it?
You can't talk like that here. This is a hospital. You will have to leave.
Do you have any clowns on the ward?
Why, yes, we do. A professional clown.
I'll bet he lightens the place up.
Hardly. Monsieur Boissy has been in a coma for the last 3 months.
What's wrong with Boissy?
He was involved in a very nasty accident. A silly stunt involving a unicycle. His current condition is due to post-traumatic shock. It's unlikely he'll ever perform as a clown again.
It's an ill wind that blows nobody any good. Do you have a patient named Marquet on this ward?
Oui, monsieur. He is in the private room at the end of the ward. He has been placed in strict isolation.
You can tell me how my brother is, can't you?
Of course, monsieur. What is his name?
Jacques Marquet.
Let me see. He's satisfactory.
I was told he was dying.
Oh, well, he is. But the doctor described his
Well, he
condition
is.
as satisfactory. That's quite an improvement on yesterday.
Alright, so he's
Do
improving.
you know who paid for Marquet's room?
No, of course I don't.
Preferential treatment like that must cost an arm and a leg.
That's not my concern, monsieur.
Do you recognize this red nose?
Oh, dear. I don't think he'll be needing that again.
Who?
Monsieur Boissy, the comatose clown.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I don't.
Do you know Merlin of Gruber Electronics?
No, I don't.
Does this mean anything to you?
The Club Alamut? I've never heard of it.
Is this plaster any use to you?
No, it isn't.
Would you like to shake hands with me?
Well,
No, it's okay. Forget it. I didn't really want to use it on her anyway.
I do. Care less what you want to
Do you
do.
recognize this tissue?
no, I don't. It looks like a chronic health risk to me.
Well, I've been carrying it around for days and I'm okay. My pocket's getting a little soggy.
Okay.
Does this tool mean anything to you?
I don't recognize it.
Alright, nothing funny. Alright, see you.
Thank you, nurse.
You may come back at visiting time, monsieur.
Thanks. When is that?
The second Tuesday of each month.
What? Of each month? Let's go back in again. Let's just not talk to her this time. Unless he just does it automatically, which he appears to be doing.
I told you to leave.
Okay, ma'am. I know when I'm not wanted.
Yeah, I can't do anything.
Thank you, nurse.
You may come back at visiting time, monsieur.
Thanks. When is that?
The second Tuesday of each month.
Alright, can't do anything in here. Okay, so I guess we gotta pull the plug out. Because I wanted to get in this door here and he wouldn't let me in, so maybe we have to pull the plug. Turn shiny off. And then while he's over here plugging it back in, I guess this gives us time to open that door.
Out of the socket, the polishing machine.
Not again!
Hey, he kicked shiny. It's rude. Where's the cursor? Can I please have the cursor, please? He waits till he plugs it in. It's stupid.
Dr. Stobbart at your service.
See if he says anything different to us.
Hello.
Oh, hi! No whistling, right?
Right. What's the problem with Nurse Grendel?
She's uptight and twisted on account of a broken heart.
Oh, that's too bad. I thought she was just plain bad-tempered.
That also. By the way, sir, I wouldn't stand too close to Mr. Shiny's grease valve. If he has an emission, it'll take the shine clean off your shoes. Say, nice sneakers.
Thanks.
Don't be taking my shoes.
Who broke the nurse's heart? Was it you?
Oh, no. Talk to a woman, I wouldn't know where to start. My analyst says I'm
Somehow I
socially
believe that.
inept.
Some analyst? Weren't you offended?
Not me. It's a comfort to have it made official.
You shouldn't take any notice of him. Everyone shines in their own way.
Yeah, I shine flaws.
See you later.
Yeah, take care now.
Let's go back since we got the code on. I mean, she's not. I mean, she's too stupid to realize we're not a doctor or something. Try it. Game logic, right?
Good afternoon, doctor.
Oh, hi. Is this Ward J2?
Yes, sir. The patients are ready for your inspection, doctor.
What?
Thank you, nurse. Well, who's first?
Monsieur Croquet in bed 2.
What's his problem?
He's been complaining of loss of consciousness. You'll need this, doctor.
This is more stupid.
She gave me a long, narrow metal box and a stunning smile. Thanks.
I don't think I ever seen any.
Hi, I'm Dr. Stobbart.
All right.
Hello, Doctor.
The nurse told me you keep losing
Hold that thought.
consciousness.
That's right. I've had the problem as long as I can remember. It's a real out-of-body experience. Like death, but not so conclusive.
I see. How long does it last?
Just a fraction of a second, and then I recover.
I might not have been a doctor, but I was formulating a diagnosis all the same. This guy was nuts. I know exactly what you mean. It's known in the medical field as blinking.
Is it serious?
Of course it isn't serious. It's perfectly natural.
But just think, 2 seconds every minute. Why, that's almost half an hour every day. 2 weeks out of every year spent in total darkness.
I don't have time to listen to this baloney.
Alright, anyway, the comment I was gonna make was, his disguise is probably the... How do I want to say it? Okay, I was just... The first thing that popped in my mind was, alright, he puts a jacket on, and now the girl, the nurse, doesn't recognize who he is, even though she just talked to him, like, minutes ago, right? Completely different persona, right? It reminds me of Superman, when he puts his stupid glasses on, and all of a sudden he's Clark Kent, and no one knows he's not Superman. Or takes the glasses off, and everybody doesn't know he's not Clark Kent. It's just dumb. I assume that's the intent, but I like to make it humorous, but it's that silly.
Which bed is Marquet in?
Yeah, he's round the corner, in solitary.
What's the matter with him?
I don't know, but the men who brought him in were wearing masks and rubber gloves. Hey, you're a doctor. How come you don't know?
We doctors don't know everything.
Then how come you act like you do?
It's a good question. Very good question. What the hell's this? Did you just give us it?
Has Marquet had any visitors?
Nah, neither have I.
Oh, the nurse gave
That's
us that.
the worst thing about being in hospital. You feel like the rest of the world has abandoned you.
Well, you know how it is. Life goes on.
Thanks for those comforting words.
Do you recognize this red nose?
There we go.
Nah, I don't.
I'm expecting some good answers from this guy.
Do you
Probably won't get any.
recognize the man in this photograph?
Nah, Doctor. Who is it?
A cold-blooded killer.
One of your colleagues?
No, he really is a murderer.
I've never seen him before.
One of your colleagues.
Have you heard of a guy called Moon?
No,
Moulin.
Doctor.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamut?
Nah, I haven't.
Do you know what this tool is used for?
Eye surgery.
That's a dumb thing to say. It's not sharp enough. Do you know what this is?
Is it self-raising flour?
No. I thought about giving him an electric shock, but I just couldn't do that to a sick guy.
No.
Have you any
It's
idea
more
what
fun
this
that way.
is?
Please, take it away before I throw up.
Do you know what this piece of equipment is called?
No, I don't.
Alright.
Well, goodbye and good luck.
Thanks, Doc.
The graph showed a steady decline in his pulse rate and an increase in his blood pressure. It kind of shook me to see this guy's life reduced to a few jagged lines. The poor guy's temperature had been up and down like a white knuckle ride. No wonder he looked so sick.
Talk to this dude. Yeah. No. Shrugs his shoulders.
His temperature was normal, with little fluctuation either way.
Could talk to this jabroni.
Hello? Anybody home?
Who are you?
My name is Dr. Stobbart, and I'm here to steer you down the rocky road to recovery.
Dr. Monroe said there was no cure for what I've got.
Your problem is you stayed in bed too long.
Are you sure you're a qualified doctor?
You better believe it. What can you tell me about Marquet?
He's the man in the private room, isn't he? That room was mine before I was tossed out like a common squatter.
Hence the hostility.
Do you know what's wrong with Marquet?
They won't even say what's wrong with me. Tell me, Doctor, what's your opinion?
It's too early to say.
But I've been here for 3 months.
3 months. Jeez.
What's your impression of Nurse Grendel?
Time to ask for a transfer to the hospital.
Efficient young woman.
Efficient? You make her sound like a vacuum cleaner.
I've no complaints.
The woman in reception described Nurse Grendel as a monster.
Well, that's simply not true. She's quite strict, but that's her job, isn't it? You've got to have discipline in a place like this.
Do you recognize this red nose?
Doesn't that belong to Boissy?
No. I found it.
I'm really surprised there's no
He's a
Rudolph
clown, you
the
know.
Red-Nosed Reindeer
You wouldn't
jokes.
think so to look at him
The red
now,
nose.
would you?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, Doctor. Who is it?
A cold-blooded killer.
Really? He's a dead ringer for my bank manager. Of course, Mr. Soames hasn't got a scar, and he doesn't come from the Middle East. His hair's a lot grayer, too. Otherwise, it's just like him.
Remarkable.
Okay.
Have you heard of a guy called Merlin?
No, Doctor.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamut?
I'm not really a nightclub man, Doctor. A game of whist and a glass of ginger wine is about my limit.
Do you know what this tool is used for?
I'd rather not, Doctor. Ignorance is bliss, as they say.
Do you know what this is?
It looks like plaster.
How did you know that?
I'm a plasterer.
Okay.
I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
I'm a doctor. It's my job. I thought about giving him an but I just... Have you any idea what this is?
No, Doctor. I wouldn't even like to guess.
See you later.
Guess go over this way. Come on. Walk, buddy.
Doctor,
What is it?
you haven't taken my blood pressure.
Did I just not ask him about it? Wow, that's some animation right there. I wasn't expecting all that. Pretty
Seems
impressive.
fine to me.
You're not doing it right.
Of course I am.
No, you're not. Dr. Monroe never did it like that.
I can't take a satisfactory reading while you're excited like this. I'll come back later.
Oh, Doctor,
What now?
you didn't finish taking my blood pressure.
What?
Okay, let's try again.
You don't have the first idea what you're doing, do you?
I'll come back when you've recovered your manners. The
No.
graph, it kind of
I don't even want to click on that. Maybe ask her to take his
Pardon me,
blood pressure.
Oui, monsieur?
What is this device?
It's for taking the patient's blood pressure, doctor.
Okay, well, let's...
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Well, we can't get by because he's going to keep asking. So we got to get... And apparently, Georgie doesn't know how to do it. So let's go... Guessing we probably got to ask one of the doctors to do it. Or ask them how to do it. These idiots. Let's give it to this guy here.
Excuse me, sir.
You must be the new boy.
Yeah, I
It's
must
just
be.
like Clark Kent,
Well,
man.
stop wandering about and make yourself useful. Bunny, come here, boy.
Walks
It
right
is
through me.
Benoit, my nephew. Can I trust you to look after him?
Do your own babysitting, Gramps.
Really?
You are
I know.
anyhow.
Right?
I am Felix Hagenmeyer.
And may I say what an honor it is to meet you in person, sir. You are on my medical wall of fame. Right up there with Pasteur and Leary. I look on it as a privilege, no, an honor, to look after your nephew, sir.
He is fresh out of medical school. It will open his eyes to see a real doctor on the job.
I'll bet.
Show him around. Let him see some
You would,
real-
you would think the head doctor would know if he hired me, right? Like, how does he not know somebody's on his
So long, Hagenmeyer.
medical role, or whatever you want to call it, staff? Uh-oh. Let's go, buddy. Okay, so we automatically come in here. That's good.
Could you take a look at the client in bed number 3 now? His name is Eric Sopmarsh.
What's his problem?
He's delirious. He just now came out of theater. He's recovering from major surgery.
I'll have him up and about before you can say, Lazarus, get out of your bed and walk. Hi.
Can't be very
me
incompetent
again.
if he did. Yeah, right? I just, like I said, there's some stuff in this game you just gotta throw the logic out.
I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
I'm a doctor. It's my
What do you
job.
mean, why? You've been asking me to do it several times. What do we need to do with this guy?
See you later.
Oh, we already talked to him. I don't know if that's what... Let's
Hey,
talk.
Benoit.
There's no need to shout. What do you want?
Do you know the nurse on Ward J2?
No, monsieur. This is my first day here. I can't wait to get my hands dirty. I was talking about treating my first patient, of course. I didn't mean I'd get my hands dirty with a nurse.
Shut up, Benoit.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we...
Here,
On
take
it.
this pressure gauge.
Thank you, sir. What do you want me to do with it?
Well, keep it safe until I think of something. Are you ready with that pressure gauge?
Primed and ready to pump, sir. What do you want me to do with it?
Use it on Eric Sopmarsh.
Okay.
Can I walk by now? Yeah. Cha-ching! Yeah, it was pretty easy.
I'm Dr. Stobbart.
Bonjour, docteur.
Have you heard of a guy called Marquet?
He's in quarantine, doc. Right behind this here door.
Marquet is just the man I wanted to see.
I wouldn't go in there if I was you. He has anthrax.
Anthrax. I remember, wasn't that something that was being sent around by mail back in the day? Like 10 or 15 years ago or something? Right?
I have to visit my patient.
What
At
for?
least here in
Routine.
the United States
I
it
have
was,
to
I
check
believe.
he's still breathing.
I don't know if it was
What if
worldwide
he's
thing.
not?
I'll sign the certificate and register his bed as vacant.
That's a cold and distant attitude to death.
Well, I've been institutionalized to the point of godlike aloofness.
The white coat suits you.
Thanks. Have you seen any suspicious characters on the ward?
Yeah, I have.
A gorilla and a weasel?
No. This was a tatty old bear.
How's the bear acting suspiciously?
Well, he was wearing a homburg.
Is that against the law?
No, but it's pretty weird for a bear.
It's an
Don't you
Omberg.
think it's possible that the bear was a man in disguise?
Well, obviously, I'm not completely stupid. But who would go to the bother of disguising himself as a bear? It's not as if
Apparently
he
it's a
blended
hat.
in with the surroundings. I checked with
Oh,
base
it's like a
to see
top hat
if any
kind of
bears
thing.
had been reported missing from the zoo or a traveling circus. They told me to sit tight until reinforcements arrive. I guess they're right. I'd be stupid to tackle a bear single-handed.
Okay, here we go.
Do you recognize this red nose?
Don't get cute with me.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I have never seen him before.
Are you Thomas Merlin of Gruber Electronics?
No?
Then you won't be needing this. What do you think this tool is used for?
Branding mice without bending down.
What?
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamet?
No. It sounds Middle Eastern.
Can you think of any sensible use for this plaster?
Sensible? No. Puerile? Yes. But you've probably thought of those already.
What does this tissue suggest to you?
It looks as if it has been used to wipe Satan's bottom.
I hate to say it, but you could be right. Would you like to shake hands?
What for?
As a gesture of goodwill.
On reflection? No.
Okay.
Catch you later, officer.
Au revoir, Doc. If you see that bear, kick him in the nuts.
Can I go in here?
Rather you than me, pal.
Oh, okay. I just assumed you have to do a puzzle or something to get in here. This guy don't look too good.
Marquet?
Yes, I am Marquet. I've been expecting you.
You have?
Well, what are you waiting for? Get it over with.
I just want to know what I should do with the gem.
The Lachmar gem.
Yeah, right here in my pocket.
I thought you were one of the assassins.
Not me. I never inhaled.
So, you were sent in my place?
Yeah. You could hardly make the trip to Ireland in your condition. What should I do with the gem?
Deliver it to the Grandmaster. Quickly tell him that I have found the tripod right here in Paris.
What, you have it?
Not yet, but it's being taken care of. I hired a couple of stooges with a flair for petty crime.
Would that be Flap and Guido by any
Yeah,
chance?
it have to be.
You know them?
We've met. What about the Hashashin?
Is more likely to have followed Klausner. He'll stop at nothing to prevent the reforging of the sword.
And that's bad, is it?
As for Klausner, he has gone off to Syria on a wild goose chase.
They have geese in Syria?
He has a theory about the location of the...
That's enough excitement for one day, Monsieur Marquet. What are you doing here?
Talking to this patient, of course.
Monsieur Marquet is my patient. If you hadn't my office to hear that.
Okay, I'm going. I'd learned all I could from Marquet anyhow.
Rude.
Ah, there you are, sir. I was just coming to look for you. I
great.
finished with your pressure gauge.
Thanks, Bunny.
What's that noise? It sounds as if someone's having a cardiac arrest.
It's all right. The doctor's in there with him.
Flatlining.
Are you sure he was a doctor?
Oui, monsieur. He showed me his ID. It was Dr. Braille.
There's no Dr. Braille working here.
He's an imposter.
Just like me.
The door's locked. Help me, officer.
Stand back, monsieur.
No, there's no gun sound? Just this annoying flatline sound?
I found Jacques Marquet.
Did he talk?
Yeah, he talked. For the very last time.
He's dead.
Yeah. Killed in cold blood by a bogus doctor.
That's despicable. What kind of guy would pass himself off as a doctor and take advantage of a dying man? Was it Khan?
No, I don't know who he was, but it certainly wasn't Khan. He got away, out the window.
This crazy guy with the knife.
Have you ever heard of the Hashi-Ashin?
No.
Marquet said that they were his biggest enemy.
His biggest enemy was the bogus doctor.
Don't remind me. That guy was evil. He had wild, staring eyes like a dead fish. I'll never trust a doctor again. Do you think the assassin was responsible for killing Marquet?
I don't think so. He could have finished him off the first time. Besides, Marquet would have recognized him.
He was pumped to the gills with sedatives. He wouldn't have recognized the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse unless they'd introduced themselves. Can you think of any use for this?
That's a thing for measuring blood pressure, isn't it? What are you doing with that?
I picked it up in the hospital. It could be useful.
You ought to take it back. Don't you feel guilty?
No.
No.
Stealing shit all game.
Let's take another look at the manuscript. There's a guy working on a loom.
Nothing new here. Alright. Alright, time to go.
I guess I'd better go back and talk to that weirdo.
Which one, Rosso or Sergeant Moo? Oh, but you're referring to Andre.
I'll let you work it out.
I'll let you work it out, but we just leave and she doesn't even give us a definitive answer. Okay. So apparently she's not going to work it out. Alright, so we don't go back to these. We still can go back to these other areas. Museum. So that weirdo, that one, well, not a weirdo, but the one guy's still here. Rosso's the detective. Have we been to this area? Let's go to this area. What's going on over here?
Excuse me, officer.
And how may I help you?
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Les Templiers. Only that they were excommunicated in 1312 and hanged in their dozens within this very square.
Boy, what they teach in the police academy these days.
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over there.
Shouldn't you be off directing traffic or something?
You have seen the Parisian traffic, no?
Yeah, so?
I could direct the traffic. The most dangerous, the east side of Rome. Or I can sit here and enjoy the sun, the architecture, and the so-so Sauvignon. Which would you choose?
Yeah, but I'm not a policeman. What happened to duty?
An excellent question, monsieur.
Does this red nose mean anything to you?
Aha! A prosthetic nose. Very significant.
It is?
No, I am just having a little joke.
Have you seen this man before?
No. Who is it?
I believe him to be an international assassin.
Oh.
Is that all you can say? Oh.
I did wonder if I should say that I believe you to be an international paranoiac, but it didn't seem polite.
Take a look at this.
Ah, an electrician. My TV has been acting up. Could you fix it?
I doubt it. This isn't my ID. Do you know what this is?
It's a sewer key.
Does it mean anything to you?
Do you belong to some obscure arm of the Masons?
I think that's like the second, maybe third guy who knew what it was.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
The pattern looks Middle Eastern. Beyond that, who knows?
Do you know what this is?
Aha! You Americans with your notorious nose candy. I read Hollywood Wives. I know all about it.
If you tried to sniff this stuff, you'd wall up your nostrils. It's plaster of Paris.
It is. Thank heaven.
I think all was cocaine.
What an awful moment.
Angel dust.
I thought I might actually have to arrest somebody. Alors, the paperwork. You have no idea.
What do you think of this?
A blood pressure sleeve.
Don't you want to know why I'm carrying it?
No! That would be dangerously similar to making inquiries. I might get a reputation for taking my job seriously.
What do you make of this grease paint stained tissue?
Delightful. Would you like to see some of my used tissues?
Hell no.
Then please put yours away.
Fair enough.
Would you like to shake? I stopped myself barely in time. Electrocuting a cop would not have been smart. They'd rebuild the Bastille just so they could throw me in and throw away the key. I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be there.
Everything he says looks like he just shrugs his shoulder.
In French, English, and German it read, in 1312, Pope Clement V dissolved the Knightly Order of the Templars and excommunicated its members on charges of heresy. In the following 2 years, many of the knights were hanged on this site. Their Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was burnt at the stake on an island in the Seine. There was no water to frolic about in, and the leaf mold that was collecting there just wasn't the same somehow. I couldn't open it with my bare hands.
Oh no shit.
Hey, you!
What
do you think you are doing? Leave that cover alone. Now.
Oh.
Sorry, no harm intended.
You stay away from that.
Alright. So I'm assuming we need to go down there for something, but he's gonna be a problem, obviously. I love this place.
waiting in prayer for the judgment day. I didn't have time to sit around.
Don't put the cogwheel there then. Oh. This guy looks like the
Biblical
dude
references engraved into the tomb edge
in
to
the
guide
clinic,
his
right?
way to the next world. I guess. The statue had any secrets, it was concealing them pretty well.
Put the nose on.
It was a bright red...
Well, yeah, we know. Alright, so there's no cogwheel. I can't interact with it. It's weird.
I wondered if this guy had died in combat. In comparison to its neighbor, it looked pretty plain. I didn't recognize the biblical story in it. I was a Sunday school dropout.
Doesn't care about the tabernacle or anything like that. Can't do anything in here. What is this place? Well,
I didn't have...
I guess we can't do anything here. Maybe we gotta come back later. Alright, let's leave. Fuck it. Come on, walk. Get out of here. Probably has something to do with the sewer, which we obviously can't get into right now. Is this idiot sitting here? Alright, guess we'll come back to this location probably later. Well, guess we can go talk to this dude in the museum again. Albert.
You have left it very late, monsieur.
Late for what?
Anything. I am closing the museum soon. You
The
wouldn't
completed
like
game
to get
image is really
lucky.
nice with
I
how it
can
shows
tell
between the games
not
you
in
close.
this
Oh
era.
yeah.
Why not?
Just
It
noticed
is
that.
haunted, monsieur.
You don't believe in ghosts, surely.
Oh, yes, I do. 7 years ago, a lad managed to hide in here. He'd made a bet with his friends, I suppose. When I found him in the morning, he was cold as ice and stiff as a board.
Well, what was the cause of death?
They said it was a brain tumor. But on his face was a look of stark, desperate terror, such as I have never seen before.
Oh, you noticed, yes.
Scary.
I hope you noticed. Yeah, up until we finished the last couple games, it was just Thimbleweed Park just sitting there. So yeah, it's a slideshow thing. It's just on it's on a loop. Alright, I don't think we need to do anything else.
Does this apparatus mean anything to you?
No, monsieur.
Thanks for your help.
Talk to the other guy. Again.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie.
Yeah. I gotcha.
Have you ever heard of the Hashashin?
Why, yes, it was a radical Muslim sect
You
whose
know,
name became synonymous with murder.
I'll try and
Was
keep
formed in
it,
11th
you know, in
century
successive
Persia,
order when we
shortly
complete them.
before the Crusades.
Or as we
At
complete them.
roughly the same time as the Templars.
Yes, they gave a new word to our language, Assassini, the assassins.
How did the assassins get their name?
From the legend surrounding the secrets of their initiation rites. A young man who sought to join the sect was given hashish until he drifted into dreams. He awoke to find himself in a fabulous garden with everything he could wish for. The freshest water.
I don't know if
the
that's a
most delicious
limitation or
food,
not. I don't
the
know.
choicest hash and the most delectable women imaginable.
Cool. Do you have the address?
I haven't finished the story. There was a price to pay for this taste of
The
paradise.
intent is just
Wouldn't
keep
you just
adding
know it?
box
The young
art.
man would wake the next day
but
to find himself back in the real world.
I don't know. I don't know if,
He was
if
told
it's got any
that he'd
limits
been
to it.
given a glimpse of the heaven reserved for holy martyrs. A heaven he would enjoy for eternity if he was willing to join the Hashashin.
Hashashin.
How did the assassins operate?
Well, as I explained, the new recruits would be only too willing to die for the cause. They'd be instructed in the use of the dagger, poisons, and disguise. Then, the Grand Master of the sect would name an enemy of Allah.
And they'd stop at nothing to eliminate that enemy.
You got it. They were fearless and deadly.
Does the cult of the assassins still exist?
Take a look around at the world today. You tell me.
What can you tell me about Philippe le Bel?
He was responsible for the extermination of the Knights Templar.
I know that, but why was Philip so hot to get rid of them?
Mostly because he wanted to get his hands on their treasure. He had an enormous debt and a lifelong war with England to fund. The trouble was, the Templars were a highly respected holy order.
If the Templars were so powerful, how did this Philippe dude wipe them out?
By underhanded, dishonorable means, of course. The Pope was Clement V, a Frenchman.
French, huh? Handy for Philippe.
Fate had nothing to do with it. He was Philippe's puppet, planted to further his political ambitions. Philippe wanted the wealth of the Templars and used Clement to get it.
So what was Philippe's plan? What happened?
Sealed orders were sent out all over France, not to be opened until the appointed day. That day was Friday, July 13th. That's the origin of our superstition regarding that date. At dawn, throughout the whole of France, the Templars were arrested. It was the biggest bust in the history of the world.
What happened to the Templars after their arrest?
Philippe was out for blood, so he handed the Templars over to the Inquisition. Not surprisingly, they confessed to a sensational and sordid list of blasphemies.
Like what?
Oh, the sort of things you read about in the gutter press. Devil worship, lewd sexual practices, spitting on the Holy Cross, that kind of thing.
Well, that must have given their lawyers some headaches.
Whether or not the accusations were true, this was not good publicity. Most of the charges were probably cooked up, but so were the Templars, literally. Hundreds of them were found guilty of heresy and flamed.
This guy knows a lot of shit.
They died protesting their innocence.
But surely Philippe had no proof of his charges against the Templars.
A man will admit anything under torture. The Inquisition fabricated some nonsensical demon called Baphomet, and then suggested to their victims that this was what they worshipped.
But they didn't have to agree.
The records show a Templar coming to trial with both feet burnt off. Fragments of flesh and charred bone falling from the stumps. What would you not admit to stop such torment?
So there was no truth at all in the Baphomet accusations?
Not a shred. Almost every victim described the idol differently. No, Baphomet never existed outside the sick minds of the Inquisitors.
So Philippe stole the Templars' riches, huh?
Oh no, they weren't stupid. The king's troops marched first on the temple in Paris, then to the Templar home port at La Rochelle. There was no trace of the treasure, and the fleet of the Knights Templar had set sail.
I think you ought to know that the tripod is going to be stolen.
The Lochman tripod? No.
It's true. I can give you a description of the thieves.
Before the supposed event has taken place?
I heard them planning the raid.
They're wasting their time. The tripod is protected by a state-of-the-art alarm system.
Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Why don't you loan the tripod to me for safekeeping?
Because I'd never see it again.
But don't you trust me?
It's not a question of trust, George. That tripod is hundreds of years old and extremely fragile.
I get your point. Do you have any use for this, Andre?
Shouldn't think so, Georgie.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Alright.
Watch out! You'll have that done on top of us! Watch out! Don't even think of climbing in there, monsieur. You'll be suffocated.
I always wondered how it felt to be a mummy.
Do you have a fetish about closets, monsieur?
I just love the smell of mothballs, I guess.
Alright. So how do we get the tripod? It's kind of like what's that movie? Lost Treasure? Lost National Treasure. Well, they're stealing the Declaration of Independence because they didn't want the other people to get it. How do we get it? That's the question. Oh. Is there a phone in here? Call Nico. I don't really know if like going all the way back to the apartment. Yeah, they were pretty fun movies. Nicolas Cage was really good in there. They tried making a TV series out of it or something. I don't think it went over very well. I mean, none of the main characters were in it, so I mean, like, how good was it going to be? But I assume it got canceled. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that. All right. I don't even do anything else. I guess we'll go back and talk to Nico. Give her information we got. Oh, we didn't talk to the police, right? Let's go talk to Basso again. Nico, I remember.
Excuse me.
He's saying his name to Nico. Yeah, let's talk about this dude.
Have you ever heard of the Hashashin, Sergeant?
What was that?
The cult of the assassins.
What are you trying to say, Stobbart?
That the clown is a member of that cult.
I see. And what proof do you have?
Proof? I arrived at my conclusion through logical deduction and...
Pseudo-intellectual people. Leave the investigation of crime to those who know best. The police.
Is Rosso here?
Yes, he is. You wish to speak to him?
Why does he gotta ask each
Yes,
time?
I do.
One moment, monsieur. Stobbart is here to see you, monsieur.
See what for?
Did he say what it was about?
No, monsieur.
Very well.
Very well. What now, monsieur?
No, that's it. You don't even talk to him. Why did she suggest we come here then? Alright, if we know the two crime people are gonna try and steal the tripod, why wouldn't there be a dialogue sequence here to talk to Basso to alert Basso to let him know? Know what I mean? Like, kind of weird that you can't discuss it with him, or even the other guys, the assassin or whatever.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter? You call me from my desk and you say it doesn't matter? I could have you arrested for wasting police time.
No, you
I'm
can't.
sorry.
Nope. Doesn't work that way, bro. Alright, let's call Nico. If she has anything to say, or we have anything to say to her. What? Todrick? This is all new.
No point in phoning that guy again.
I don't think we ever called him.
Hello?
It's George. I'm not sure what I should be doing next.
Neither am I.
Still kind of conversations. Okay. So I guess we have to all you think is Christ, my phone. We gotta prevent the crime at the museum. That's why I figured you'd have to go talk to Bossy or whatever his guy's name, the detective guy. Let him know that there would be a crime here. We tell Albert, but we don't tell him. Doesn't make any sense. This is back at the cafe. It's the only thing I can think of, but I don't know what else you gotta do here. Do I have to get inside that sarcophagus? I don't know how that helps us, but it's the only thing I have. It's the only thing you can click on in here. I don't know.
The statue didn't deserve to be mauled by a Philistine.
Whatever. There was a cogwheel. Where was that at? Wait, what? What is this?
Attention! Please do not open the window, monsieur.
Don't you think it's kind of stuffy in here?
Better stuffy than dead.
What's the problem? Fumes from car exhausts?
Not just that, monsieur. There's a new burger bar opened up across the street. The Laughing Buffalo.
So what's the problem?
They cook their burgers on a charcoal grill, and the fat falls on the open flames. The amount of organic compound and smoke particles released is astounding. Since they opened, local air pollution has doubled, and it stinks like a funeral pyre. That is why I keep the windows closed.
Okay. So, let me try it when he's not looking. See if that does anything. Oh, come on. Have to walk towards me. A little too close for comfort over here, buddy. Can you spread out a little bit? Nice.
The rod turned smoothly, and the window above me opened.
Okay, what does that do for us? Oh, he's closing that. Alright, so now we can get in. Okay, what what are we doing inside here?
It is closing time, Monsieur Lobineau.
Already, there just aren't enough hours in the day.
More than enough for me. I can't wait to get home and put my feet up.
Eh bien, see you tomorrow.
Good night, monsieur.
Hey, Guido! Look at this!
Quit fooling around, you moron! Get your ass over here and bring that flashlight.
Shit, did I miss anything?
Oh, Guido!
What's the big idea, you dummy? Shine the light down here.
The mummy! It's come alive!
Uh-oh.
If that's a mommy,
Oh,
I'm
please.
glad I'm an orphan.
Please don't say when he's shot. Oh. What happened? Oh. The cuts? God damn it, that's that's what I get for getting up. Are you kidding me? Oh no. Well, that sucks. Oh no, all the way back to the goat. That's like the whole fucking stream. This is just like... No way. Autosave? Please? There better be an autosave. Okay. How far back are we? Let's see. Alright. Alright, let's make it. I don't even know what was going on. Thank God there was an autosave in this game. Window. Coffee. If I had to replay, dude, I would. Yeah, 'cause I obviously missed what was going on. Apparently I moved when I got back. I hit the mouse button. Alright. Can you walk in, bro? Get that thing.
The rod turned smooth.
Let's go. Speed run. Okay. Let's see if I'll save it here. Game cannot be saved. Okay. Fair enough.
It is closing time, Monsieur Lobineau.
Already?
Yeah, I couldn't deal with losing 2 hours of stream time. That would
More
be
than
crazy.
enough for me. I can't wait to get home and put my feet up.
Eh bien, see you tomorrow.
Good night, Monsieur.
Alright. A quickie forgets I'm even in here. Alright. Hours pass. Okay. That face.
Hey, Guido! Look at this!
Quit fooling around, you moron! Get your ass over here and bring that flashlight.
Okay. Why does he step out? Alright, let's save it. Museum at night. I think this is what I tried doing.
Oh, Guido!
What's the big idea, you dummy? Shine the light.
I didn't move him, he just moved himself. I gotta watch the stupid cutscene now.
Down here.
Alright, so you got... We gotta push...
I'm glad I'm an orphan.
We gotta push that totem over. But it's stupid that they don't give you enough time to really... You know, scope out the surroundings. So, as soon as it loads, we're just gonna have to push it. Here. Okay, we're hiding behind it.
Who's
so
there?
push it.
Let's get out of here!
Push it. There you go. Okay. The fuck? What the hell's this? Oh, you tell me it's fucking Nico.
And when I woke up, I was at the police station. Luckily, I managed to persuade Rosso I was innocent.
Poor Georges.
What a mess. I bungled the whole thing.
I don't think so. You made a pretty good job of distracting those two crooks.
Yeah, but the killer got away with the tripod.
No, he didn't. He's not the only one who can dress up in costume.
You mean... it was you who stole the tripod? Oh, hell, Nico. I could have been shot.
Those dogs are more likely to shoot their own feet.
I just wish you'd told me your plans. We're supposed to be in this together. But how come you dressed up like a pantomime cat?
Don't suck, Georgie, please.
Oh, rats. And
Can
don't
we-
call me Georgie.
Can you
Oh,
put...
I really thought you'd be pleased. After all, we've got the tripod. Aren't you going to try putting the gem on the tripod?
I guess so.
Hold on. Alright.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
The gem fits perfectly, but what does that prove?
I was gonna say, hey Nico, how about you put that
Maybe
Catwoman
the tripod has to be
outfit
in a
back
certain
on?
location.
There's
You
nothing
go sit on the
manuscript
love
to
seat and I'll
indicate
show you
where,
my
though, is there?
tripod.
Oh, by the way,
How
I
about
had
that?
a visit from André Lobineau.
Oh, yeah. I hope you didn't mind me giving him your address.
Not at all. It was lovely to see him again. He was over the moon when I showed him the manuscript. It's not often he gets that excited. He made a sketch of the Knight's crest to take back to the museum. I believe he's identified the family who bear that crest.
I sure hope so.
She would probably agree. Sure, she would agree to that. Alright, let's...
Lobineau explained who the Hashashin were.
Yeah?
The cult of the assassins.
Oh, boy!
Oh boy. Alright. Excuse me. Alright,
What do you think
it
the
is?
purpose of this tripod is?
On the manuscript, the gem is shown mounted on top of it.
So, we risk
What's
a
that?
criminal
You want to get
charge
mounted on
steal a
top of me?
display stand?
Don't ask me. Maybe it's intended to hold the gem in a specific position.
You want to get mounted on top of my tripod? Is that what you said?
Let's take another look at the manuscript. That's the tripod we borrowed from the museum.
The Templar, isn't that... Wasn't that in, The Last Crusade? The emblem on the guy's... Like when Indy goes under Venice into the burial tomb and he gets the Knight's inscription. Isn't that dude a Templar? Isn't that the same... Wasn't that sort of the same idea here? Or is that wrong?
That's the gem that...
Alright. We get nothing new from her.
I have to go.
Already? You only just arrived.
Time and tide wait for no man.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Just like that, she's back to writing. Doing nothing. Psych. Is this,
Oh, hi.
Hello, my handsome friend.
It creeped me out. There you go.
Have you seen anyone out here watching Mademoiselle Collard's apartment?
Yes, I have. A strange man, tall and thin as a broomstick. He kept his face hidden, but I saw his eyes peering from evil little slits.
How was he dressed?
A long brown raincoat with a hat.
Or like Humphrey Bogart?
Yes, but he didn't have Bogart's charisma. Besides, this
Sounds like
guy
the
looks
skinny
like
guy.
he needed a
Skinny
toilet.
crime guy.
You never saw Bogart clenching his buttocks like that.
Okay. Thanks.
What does this apparatus mean to you?
The last time I saw one of those, I was about to go to the operating theater. The doctor told me there was nothing to worry about. I laughed in his face.
How come?
I can see the future, remember?
Do you know what this tripod was used for?
I couldn't imagine.
What do you make of this gem?
Very nice, chérie. A present for your girlfriend?
She's not my girlfriend.
Nonsense. You and her were made for each other.
Hell yeah. I agree with her. Let's do it.
See you later.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
I thought maybe she has something new to say. Not really. Now what? What did her and Nico talk about? Are we supposed to go somewhere specific and I missed it? He's not here anymore. Alright, I don't know why this is still on the map. I doubt we need to be back here. Let's get out of here. Just a waste of time. The Basso. Whatever the hell's name is. I'm sure these guys have nothing to tell us, but it's worth a shot.
Excuse me.
Stobbart! I did not expect to see you so soon after that unfortunate business at the museum.
Inspector Rosso was completely satisfied with my explanation.
Ah, yes. You were accidentally trapped in an Egyptian sarcophagus.
It could happen to anyone.
Indeed. As could being knocked unconscious by a wooden salmon. What do you want now?
Have you ever heard of the Hashashin, Sergeant?
What was that?
The cult of the assassins.
What are you trying to say, Stobbart?
That the clown is a member of that cult.
I see. And what proof do you have?
Proof? I arrived at my...
Yes. So we already asked him this shit.
Is Rosso here?
Yes, he is.
Well, I sure is only going to show him the tripod, that's for sure.
Yes, I do.
One moment, monsieur.
The tool admirer is around here, right?
Stobbart is here to see you, monsieur.
It was around the place you were just in. Tool
Did
admirer?
he say what it was about?
No, monsieur.
I don't know what you mean by tool
Very
admirer.
well.
Oh, you mean the guy that was sitting at that cafe table or something? By the sewer hole? I got nothing for him.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't you?
Alright.
I'm...
Yep, you don't need to be in here. Alright, let's leave. The guy who you showed your tools. Oh. Yeah, that was the dude at the cafe. Well, that was that guy. I was thinking of the dude outside the museum. Or over here. We definitely don't go back to her. Let's go back to the museum real quick. Well, they fixed that. Talk to him. He's got anything new to say?
Hi, Andre.
Told you you're gonna steal your shit.
Hello, Georgie.
What's with the long face?
Haven't you heard? The tripod was stolen.
No kidding.
Told
I
you.
just don't get it. So many other treasures, and the thieves choose the tripod.
A modern-day alchemist, perhaps?
Who knows? There's no shortage of crazies in Paris. Hey, I visited Nicole's apartment.
Hey.
Yeah, she told me you came by.
Ooh, quite a fine Georgie boy. I didn't expect anything quite so sexy.
I hope you're referring to the manuscript.
I already peed on her door and marked my territory. You better back